The Elections and Boundaries Commission says all initial reports have pointed to a smooth and event-free nomination day process for the December 2nd local government election. Chief Elections Officer Fern Narcis-Scope says the offices of the returning officers opened at 9 a.m. and closed promptly at 3 p.m. He said today was also the deadline for the submission of applications from electors who wish to be treated as special electors. The PNM is confident of retaining control of the Port of Spain City Corporation, but the UNC also feels certain it will take over the city. And the new kid on the block, the Port of Spain People's Movement, is also hoping to take control of the corporation. Ian Wason has more.
This year's local government elections are considered to be a dress rehearsal for the 2020 general elections. And so the main parties, the ruling PNM and the UNC, are taking the elections very seriously. The Port of Spain City Corporation, now controlled by the PNM, is a seat the UNC is confident to wrest away from the incumbent. Campaign manager Marlene MacDonald says the PNM is doing the work and they will continue to control the city for the next 3 years.
You know, we are out in our force and we'll be ramping up in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and we expect to take all the 12 seats. You know, Port of Spain North has 5, Port of Spain South has 7, and we expect to be victorious in every electoral district in Port of Spain. So we are going to have a complete council and our 4 aldermen.
Incumbent representative for Northern Port of Spain, Abina Hartley, is not at all worried about losing her seat.
I think that I have kept on the ground as much as I could, and as you would have said, you know, done a lot of these social programs. So I trust that my work will speak for itself, but in nothing we can be overconfident. I mean, I am trusting in God always, and going to continue hitting the ground for the next 3 weeks until December the 2nd.
UNC candidate for St. James, Diana Williams, shared some plans she intends to undertake once she becomes a councillor.
Well, actually, I want to put in programs in place for the youths because they're getting a lot of complaints about their education and stuff like that. And also, I want to have like a little sports program put in place as well.
Not to be left out is former Mayor Louis Leasing. Once Mayor of Port of Spain under the PNM, he has his eyes set on regaining that title, this time under his own party, the PPM.
When I last sat at local government, the council was a different party to the council that sat in central government. And we were able to get a lot. The fact that there are compactors in the city now that work and can pick up the garbage and what have you is because we negotiated for those compactors.
Local government elections for the 14 regional corporations will be held on December 2nd. Ian Wason, TTT News.
It was far from what happened in Siparia last Thursday when a UNC motorcade drove past a PNM political meeting. On Monday morning, the two parties met up at the office of the returning officer in Port of Spain. TTT's Ian Wason tells us there was no bad blood between the two.
You can say it was an orange day as the PNM's red mixed with the UNC's yellow as they came face to face on Henry Street at the office of the returning officer. But it was a picture of political unity between the parties that will be campaigning against each other. The candidates filed their nomination papers at the returning officer and then greeted each other and wished each other well at the polls.
Our way has always been to embrace everyone. We are not afraid of any competitors, any contenders. The PNM is very, very confident. And as you can see from our lineup throughout, we are very multi-based and embracive of everyone.
Opposition MP Wade Mark explained they are on the political divide only as politicians.
In politics, we have what is called a civilized form of warfare because we are fighting for territory, we are fighting for space. So we have to be sometimes hard, we have to be harsh in our language sometimes. But at the end of the day, we are human beings. At the end of the day, we are citizens of our great republic. And therefore, it is one love, it's one people.
Candidate for Belmont East, Liana Bab Gonzalez, who lost out to the incumbent Nicole Young in last year's by-elections, agreed the politics was as far as the disunity would reach.
If we say we are a democratic country for the people and by the people, we're supposed to work together as one people and having that one loving spirit, bringing communities together and working under the umbrella of unity and love.
With nominations papers filed, it was time to hit the campaign trail. Ian Wayson, TTT News.